I'm Lucifer, Lucifer Morningstar. Hello, Detective.
Although the show has had a bit of a checkered past with protests and cancellations resulting in quite a bit of a fan upset, Lucifer has gone on to become one of the most popular franchises currently offered by Netflix. And with Season 5 having been cut short due to the global health situation, there's no doubt that Part 2 is highly anticipated to say the least. But what do we really know about the second portion of Season 5, and how was the first part teased to the future of Lucifer Morningstar? Well, whether you're a fan of the devilish detective or just want to know more about one of the greatest shows in the history of the streaming platform, you've come to the right place, as we're about to explore Lucifer's Season 5 ending and what it has to say about the next installment of the franchise. So strap yourselves in, as things are about to get interesting. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with the notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. The release date of Season 5, Part 2. Although the first half of Season 5 dropped on Netflix back in August of last year, it didn't take long for showrunner Joe Hendrickson to announce that fans shouldn't be expecting the second half of the season to drop anytime soon. The filming of the final 8 episodes that would bring the season to an end was delayed after all. And while filming had resumed shortly, this return was treated with a certain amount of caution. Filming had to be subjected to a slew of new regulations and safety precautions. Netflix in general has been affected by a number of these delays, which is why the streaming platform no longer announces release dates in advance. In fact, release dates are only announced in an official capacity when the property in question has been wrapped up with both filming and post-production, as this prevents fans from getting disappointed with a release date that is constantly delayed. Luckily for fans, not many delays were experienced by Lucifer when filming the second portion of the season, with filming actually wrapping up at the end of last year. With post-production now almost at an end, Netflix has felt comfortable announcing that Part 2 of Lucifer Season 5 will be released on the platform as early as the 28th of May, 2021. The streaming platform has also made it known to fans that it will indeed be able to binge the remaining 8 episodes of the season, with each one releasing on the set release date. The cast of Season 5 Part 2. It goes without saying that all the major cast members of Lucifer will be returning for the second portion of the season. This means that fans will be able to enjoy Tom Ellis as the charismatic Lucifer Morningstar, Lauren German as Detective Chloe Decker, D.B. Woodside as the gracious Amenadiel, Amy Garcia as the mysterious Ella Lopez, and Leslie Ann Brandt as the demonic Mazikeen. We can also expect the return of Rachel Harris as the insane Dr. Linda Martin, and Kevin Alejandro as Detective Dan Espinoza. But that's not all, as reports have suggested that the second portion of Season 5 has some surprises in store for fans. Dennis Haysbert, for example, will be portraying the role of God, who returned to Earth and made himself known to Lucifer in the twist ending of Season 5 Part 1. There's no doubt that the father of us all has an incredible role to play as the season runs on, so be prepared to see some incredible acting from Haysbert. Netflix has also confirmed that Rob Benedict of Supernatural fame will be appearing alongside Scott Porter, whom you might recognize from Friday Night Lights. Last but not least, Season 5 Part 2 will also introduce viewers to newcomers Allison McCatry, Catherine Dent, and Terry Reeves. There are sure to be some surprises in store for fans in the upcoming 8-episode release. The ending of Season 5 Part 1 explained. Although Netflix hasn't released much else about the continuation of the season, we can definitely gather what the plot of Part 2 is going to be, considering the twisted ending that brought Part 1 to an end. For those of you who need a bit of a reminder, Lucifer Season 5 Part 1 ended with an intense brawl between the angels of the world, which was surprisingly interrupted by the shocking appearance of God, as portrayed by Dennis Haysbert. Even before this reveal took place, viewers were taken on a journey with Lucifer and Chloe to a 1940s noir episode, where they ended up meeting their television counterparts in an episode that can only be described as both self-aware and meta. In fact, this season was intended by production to be the finale of the property. It's no wonder so many fun little stints and shocking twists were thought of and delivered on. The return of Lucifer was revealed to be none other than his twin brother, Michael, for example, which is a plot straight out of a soap opera. When Lucifer Morningstar finally did return from the underworld, he clearly felt betrayed by this brother of his, who slowly but surely became the big baddie of the season. In just a few episodes, Archangel Michael, who has always been considered to be a warrior of God, showed himself to be none other than a villain, aiming at the torture of everyone else close to Lucifer, to bring about his destruction. And just when we thought things were going to come to an end in an epic fight between the brothers, time stopped in its tracks, and God made his eventual appearance before the angels. The Season 5 midpoint ending has almost definitely set up a massive number of questions that still need to be answered, ranging from the overall reason for Michael's terrible ways to the purpose behind God deciding to show up now. So keeping all of this in mind, let's take a look at what this means for the future of Lucifer Morningstar. The appearance of God changes everything. Early on in the season, we heard Amenadiel telling Lucifer that their father had come to him, telling him that hell no longer needed needs a warden. And while at first this was considered to be nothing more than a statement used to allow Lucifer to return to Earth, viewers were clearly caught off guard when the Almighty Father actually appeared, stopping them from tearing each other apart. The return of God to Earth is a definite game changer and shows that Michael may have actually been telling the truth about being by God's side all this time. We have a feeling that things are about to get complicated, but rather than turning God into a bit of an evil being, as the writers of Supernatural did, it really seems as if Haysbert's version of the character is still good. He does scold Michael and Lucifer and Amenadiel for fighting with one another after all. There must be a reason for his return, other than stopping his children from fighting against one another, and we can't wait to see what the writers have in store for us. We also know that his return is sure to give some needed answers to questions we haven't known to ask until now. We've recently discovered that Chloe was actually brought into existence as a heavenly gift for Lucifer, so maybe God will be able to answer the question she has about how she feels about the revelation. Does her being the result of a heavenly decree mean that she had no choice in the matter when it came to falling in love with Lucifer? And although we don't expect the man upstairs to give any solid answers to these questions, we're sure that he will be helping Lucifer and Chloe get closer to one another once again. He has always had a soft spot for Lucifer after all, and would do next to anything to make him happy after a lifetime in the underworld. At least that's how it seems. Michael's plan, pretending to be Lucifer for the first portion of the season, was a bit strange, but it appears as if Michael is set on ruining his twin brother's life for some reason. Could this be as simple as Michael feeling jealous for the love that God has always given him regardless of all the terrible things he has done? This makes sense, especially since Michael is considered to be the best of the best and still doesn't get the attention that he thinks he deserves. That seems a little too much on the nose for the writers of the show. It feels like there is something else that Michael is aiming for, and as of right now, we have no idea what his actual plan may be. The steps that Michael has taken to get to Lucifer have been pretty chaotic, if you think of it, ranging from the kidnapping of Chloe to the emotional manipulation of both Amenadiel and Mazikeen. But for him to be truly the big baddie of the season, his plan is going to have a purpose, and we feel like the only true step forward is to actually take God's place as the ruler of heaven and earth. This would explain why he has been pushing Lucifer to the edge in an attempt to enter into a heavenly brawl. Nothing else would have brought their father down from his high throne. That being said, this is nothing more than conjecture at this point, as nobody can really figure out what is going on in Michael's head. Last but not least, Season 5 Part 1 of Lucifer introduced viewers to a new serial killer by the name of Whisper Killer, and in the usual dramatic fashion revealed the psychopath to be none other than Pete Daly, the boyfriend of Ella Lopez, as portrayed by the beautiful Amy Garcia. The LAPD forensic scientist has a terrible taste in men, which is what she discovered when stumbling upon Pete's hidden lily garden and figuring out that he is the infamous Lily Man 85. Although this portion of Ella's story is over with Pete having been arrested after admitting that he murdered all those women for talking too much, he did mention that he sees a darkness inside of Ella. There's no doubt that this statement has something to say about the future of our favorite forensic scientist, who will most certainly be questioning her own identity in the upcoming second installment of the season, and who knows, maybe she ends up showing us her darker side. But what do you think? Feel free to let us know in the comment section down below.